So if you ever come up with a good title, that'd be cool.
Well, we'll read it. Yeah, I mean, I think we want to stay away from Jack's phraseology.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Did you get a chance to read the one I sent, or were you?
I did. Thought it was very good.
All right. Well, good.
It was a good. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how we're on the same page a lot because I put Thomas Edison into my presentation. You know, using him as someone who failed a lot, and nobody calls him a failure.
Yeah, who's going to go, Thomas Edison, failure?
Yeah. How much time did he waste? Yeah. You know, it's funny. My thought, too, is I think I had...
That would be a good one. Be like, Thomas Edison, what a loser. He failed so many times. What a failure.
Yeah. What a great way to start a bit. We'll just talk about all these failures. And you talk about Ben Franklin, Thomas Edison, even the Wright brothers.
Right.
It's funny, man. I had that because I had that thought too. Is I think I've had a fear of failure or looking stupid. You know, trying if I was going to try something, and the way I rephrased it.
Your looks have nothing to do with it.
Hey, folks, that's Chris Neerman. All right.
Channeling Don Rickles. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, the way I rephrased it was, you know, you might fail at some of your attempts, but you're not going to fail. You never fail at your goal.
Unless
you know what I mean? Huh?
Unless you give up.
Unless you give up. But yeah, you might fail at the attempt, not at the goal. You're just, you know, if you've never done anything, how do you know how to do it? You got to figure it out. Try a few different ways. So that's all.
Well, I think, you know, I was just talking. I have a meeting with my old college roommate, my friend who played in the NFL today, my friend Glenn Parker, and we were talking over the phone. We were just, you know, he talks the exact same way. He talks about failure. He talks about, you know, you're stretching yourself when you are failing. You're doing something new. And he gave an interesting one now that you have young kids, and it might be something that we'd want to research and put it into the book, or make choices your superpower, making inspired choices for parents. He said his kids, he never told them they were smart or beautiful. He told them that they were hard workers. There was a study that he'd read where they said if you tell your kids you're smart, then they identify with being smart and they never want to be not smart.
Okay.
If you tell your kids that they're hard workers, they were more likely to push themselves to try new things because they identified with being a hard worker. So his phraseology was, you know, wow, you're really working hard. Look at the results you're getting.
Yeah.
As opposed to, oh, you're just so smart because I'm smart. I don't want to do something where I'm not smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah. You know, I've actually tried that a little. I actually praise for effort because let's be honest, they're 5 years old. Their their product's not very good. They can't color worth a shit.
Not that but man,
but you put in a great effort though.
The kids, you get a great effort.
No,
you suck at it.
That's good. I'm glad you said that.
This is a good bit.
It is.
Let me tell you. Look, it's about the effort. But I think this also another good thing to bring into the fray is, you know, this idea of, you know, you're installing a system for your kids, and, you know, I think it's good for my kids to lose.
Sure.
Because it gives them. That's right. I'm drinking. By the way, it's Jack Daniels.
Your poor carpet.
But it's important for kids to have that opportunity to win and to lose, and to win and lose with grace.
It's my urine.
You know, you and Idi Amin. All right.
It's a cleanse, Chris. It's a cleanse.
A good way to get your testosterone in the morning is what I hear.
Yes. Yeah. What else, man? What else you been up to this week? It's already Thursday. I can't believe it.
Well, I'm setting up one appointment for the shipping business on Monday or Tuesday with a medical company.
Okay.
I'm going to make another call today to see if I can get a second appointment while he's here. I'm going to probably make two or three calls today, actually, if I get some time to do it.
How often do you check in with Glenn?
What's that?
How often do you and Glenn talk?
Well, he just called me because he was coming into town, and really I got to find out what his interest level is, and because he has a job now. He's working for the University of Arizona's foundation, but it gives him flexibility. And then the question is
he not doing the commentary anymore?
No, he's just doing this. He's like, look, he gets massive medical benefits, and he's like, for me, that's worth $60,000 a year because he's an ex-NFL football. It's almost uninsurable, right? I mean, it's tough for him to get individual insurance because his body's so beat up. So it's interesting, and he had skin cancer. He's in the NFL. He's got back problems and all kinds of baloney.
Yeah.
So for him, he was like this, and you know what his job is?
What?
His job is going out and having lunch and dinners and meeting with alumni.
Oh, so he can raise money?
It's his job. I don't have to ask him for money. I just ask him, so how was your experience at the University of Arizona? Okay, would you ever consider, donating to the dinner or leaving something to the, or no? He's like, if somebody says no, I'm like, perfect. I just check them off the list.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I don't have to bother that person anymore. I've got 150,000 people on my list, and I don't think I'm going to get to them all this week.
That's right. Alrighty then. That's great.
And then he has other people that he goes and talks to. So we go, well, if you ever consider donating to the university, we obviously that. So, I'm not going to do that, but I have them in my will. Really? Well, we don't know that. Do you mind if I set you up with the lawyers to make sure that the money that you did goes exactly where you want it to go? Sure. So he has these conversations at the University of Arizona that they don't know anything about. He can set them up law. So for him, he moved away from the commentating. So one of the things I'm going to talk to him today about is, I think, given your success in commentary, that this would be a good thing for you to teach. It's also a good thing for you to necessarily teach for help us with, like, how does, you're an expert at banter over a topic. This is something that you could also teach our group to. So, I think it'd be good for him to reach out to the pro sports people that he knows. And I think this is something that we could plug into the keynote speech. So get the professional, say, okay, you want to start speaking, you want to start talking about a topic. It's $5,000 for a 3-month mastermind group, and see what it is, and see if it monetizes.
Yeah, cool.
Sure. And we'll be like, okay, apparently,
yeah.
10 grand. We'll find out where the ceiling.
Did you just say yes? I'm sorry. Did you just say yes to $3,000?
Oh no, I said 5,000.
Oh, even better.
Well,
all right. Well, that's cool.
For these guys, for coaches, for trainers, for speaking, for learning something that they want to get into, truly they'd be like, that's it? But okay.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious.
Yeah, right. Sounds too rinky-dinky for me.
Too cheap for me.
Are we going to have to be online other than in our bedroom? Like, is that professional enough, you think?
Should we get a little backdrop of us on the
Yeah. Like, looks like I'm in a library.
Hello, how are you all this morning?
Yeah.
I have pants on this morning, as far as you know.
Yeah, you're right. First of all, I don't know, and second of all, I never assume you do. Okay, so what's going on with the shipping? You're talking to a customer to buy your product?
Well, yeah, to use the shipping. So I spoke with the VP at VP of quality that I know from a small med device company.
Okay.
Made my little pitch, And she says, oh yeah, I mean, it's all about, I mean, relationship. I mean, this is one of our friends, and she happens.
Yeah.
So it's
Nice.
She's like, wow, this sounds like interesting stuff. Yeah, let me set up a meeting for you. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I got past step one.
Yeah. Thank you, Law of Attraction. That sounds cool.
And then, yeah, so that's what I'm working on. I also, one of our good friends who is in human resources and does training, does training also, is gainfully unemployed in a week. And my wife wanted her to work with her, but her boss is like, look, we don't have the money right now. And I went, hold on. So she's very interested in working on the teaching and seminar piece.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna have her join the mastermind group on Saturdays.
I'll think about it.
I'm sorry, how many people have you invited to the mastermind?
17.
Oh, okay. They've all
said no.
Well, maybe you should work on your sales technique.
Yeah, I'm not well liked, Chris.
I understand that. That's not hard for me to believe.
That's hurtful.
That's hurtful.
Well, that's good. No, that's good. So she'll be there Saturday?
Yep. So I'm meeting with her this afternoon, and one of the things that she says, okay, well, what are your offerings? What are you going to offer? Like, good question.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
I've got a lot of good ideas, but now it's a question of what we're doing. What did you do to get your first gig from, that you spoke at the drug and rehab and the.
Well, the first one was at this guy's company. He's a customer of mine, and I just begged him to do it. It's funny, man, because what it was is I set a goal, back in June. It was before BTS. It's when I decided to become a coach. I'm going through the book, and it's like, set a goal. And I'm like, all right, I want to speak professionally and get paid for it by the end of October. My birthday is October 27th. So I'm just like, by October 27th, by the time I turn 40, I'm going to get paid to speak. And so it just all came down, and I was telling him about it. He's like, yeah. And I said, hey, man, I need to come out and speak to you guys, and you have to pay me. I go, I don't even care what it is. You have to pay me, though. I want a check from your company to me. And he's like, yeah, and then it was like, well, how much do you want? And I'm like, how much do you want to pay me? It was really, and he's like, just shoot me a number. And I'm like, fine, $600. And he goes, we can't do that. How about 200? I said, fine. I was giving you first chance anyway, and so literally that's just how it happened.
Yeah.
I thought, what? And
did you get something else though?
I'm sorry?
But then you spoke to
then I spoke to the drug courts.
Right.
And but that one wasn't a paid gig.
Okay.
I offered to do that one for free because they were talking about doing it long term, and it's unfortunately fizzled out a little bit, but that's okay.
And then the school?
And then the school, so then I went and spoke to the this guy who helped me out. He then also he went in with a few of his friends, and they bought a CrossFit gym. And so he's trying to do his own thing. Like, he's kind of into this stuff, not quite at the level we're at, but into it. And I said, dude, I appreciate your help so much. How about you let me come and I'll speak to your gym for free as a thank you. And this principal of the school works out there, and then that's how she saw me. And so giving it away for free was good. Now I'm in with the school district. So
I've heard you give it away for free, baby.
That's creepy, dude. I love it. Whoa. Dude. So that's how I got it. But yeah, I don't know. That's part of my thought is I have this talk on Wednesday next week with the school. After that's done, I have zero going on like in my little individual coaching business. So the idea for me, Chris, is after Wednesday, I'm going to do some more writing to put more just content on my website. I'm going to use Xander's lead that he got from online. Like I'm going to use one of them Indian companies, pay him like $200, and they're going to update my website to at least look a little more professional like his. I just want to have a good landing page, and you need to send me. I'm glad I brought that up. I'd like for you to send me. Don't you have your own website that?
I do.
Like something about the stand up or whatever.
Stand up success. I don't have a website.
Yes. So whatever it is,
link.
I want to put links on my website to other great resources. Like I'm going to put like, hey, these are people who have helped me in my journey. I'm going to put like Jack. I'm going to put Tony Robbins. But then I want to put you. I'm probably not going to put Xander. But I thought I might give like a little shout out. Like do you remember Kate Butler?
Yeah.
I'm on her email list, and recently I've been into just watching some of her videos. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to give her a shout out.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I want to have a good landing page, but then I'm going hard. I'm going on Facebook. I'm going to start doing videos. It seems like Kate Butler, all these little coaches, they all do these quick little videos on Facebook. Just, hey, here's a good way to have a good day, or, unblock your energies or whatever it is. I just got to start putting it out there. And that's really where I'm going to go. And then I'm going to talk to all the people I've spoken to, all three of my contacts, and just ask for referrals. Or just where would you think I should go now? And I'm gonna start going to networking events. I found 2 different networking events in Albuquerque I'm gonna go to. I don't know, man. I'm ready.
Okay.
And one other thing too is, like I brought up with Kate, for some reason this keeps coming up where I need to unblock energy. Like I don't know how much into like the law of attraction and stuff you really got outside of Jack or whatever, but they say what you do is you ask for what you want, and then the universe provides it for you, but then you have to be open and ready to receive it and allow it into your life. And the reason you might not be is because, like, you might say, oh, I want $1 million this year. But in the back of your mind, you're going, I don't know if I can really do that. I don't know if I'm capable. All this shit, all the blocks come up. For some reason, it's coming up hard for me that I have all these blocks that I need to work on.
Do you purposely put in the double entendres when you're speaking, or is it just?
It's just my style, man. Yeah, it's just my style. Don't you love it? Excuse me.
Just
my wife's got a client.
Coming up hard for me. That's all I'm saying.
Hey now. I'm just trying to make it interesting. What else? So Kate Butler. I think I was telling you there's that website called Mind Valley that has some free resources, and it's all about this stuff. And then my wife has a client that turned around. There's like this energy healer guy. It sounds a little shady, but anyway, they work on that. Like, what holds you back? And I'm at the point, Chris, and I have another piece we can work on called I'm going to do whatever it takes to be successful. I don't even care. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I don't care how woo-woo it is. I don't care how much fun I made of it back in the day. I am going to do it, and I'm moving forward, and I need to break whatever it is in my past to move forward. Because one few things I've realized is I self-sabotage myself. I have a little bit of a feeling of unworthiness, or I'm not capable of doing it.
All right, just as partnered with you, just stop.
I know. I
all that. Matthew, look, man, you are a dynamic. All baloney, like us joking aside. You are dynamic. You're passionate about it. There are 100 million reasons why this is something that you are going to be successful at. So, I mean, and so what are your visualizations that you're doing? What are the affirmations that you're doing around this stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing all of it, and I can tell the difference, because like I said, I think this is just stuff that held me back in the past. You know what I mean? I think it's just, for whatever reason, it's just resurfacing, and it's just like I want to make sure I'm just done with it. So and like I said, I don't care what it is I have to do.
Well, I mean,
so yeah, my visualizations are good. I'm saying the right things. I even I'm gonna write about them a little more. For some reason, that seems to be powerful for me too, is to write it out, like the success story and all that. But I'm also, I feel like I also haven't allowed anything in. I don't have any crazy change yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's.
like I feel like I'm doing good. We're doing good, stuff like that. But like I said, that's why it's like after this presentation, I feel like it's got to be nothing but action. I'm going to do nothing but action. And the only thing that held me back in the past is, well, I don't want to do something on Facebook because I don't want to look like a fool to my friends or family or whatever, or I don't want my boss to see it. You know, I don't want to get in trouble with work. I had a lot of reasons why not to do something, and I'm putting that all behind me.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I think of it.
So I hope you don't think it's a bad thing. I just, for whatever reason, it's coming up, and I feel like I'm at the point where I'm finally just going to shake it all off, kind of like a dog getting the water off, and then I'm just, it's game on, man. We're going to have this book out. We're going to have our presentations together. We got all these great ideas. Chris, we need to go out and entertain and inspire some people.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to get on stage.
Yes.
Stages.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. So.
Well, so. Look, I understand where you're coming from, because what's coming up for me is really timing and structure of my day, because I got a lot of people who are, hey Chris, I got this. Oh, you'd be good at this. It's like saying no to that and focusing on what's the best for me to be putting my time on. And the thing that comes up for me is money right now, because Angie's working on this thing that's a back-end potential, high-end back-end potential.
Right.
I don't, it's not monetizing for me in the last 3 weeks. Hasn't monetized for me. And so the back of my mind's like, need some money. And I'm just like, screw that. I'm just gonna, I have about another month and a half, 2 months of pay coming in from my old job. I'm working with a business to get a business line of credit, so I can focus on this and go, look, I want 6 months in the bank to be able to focus, six months of expense to be able to focus wholly on this without that concern and move in that direction. So I understand, these things come up, but you just look at them. What is it that's blocking you? Now, if it's unworthiness, I'm going to tell you right now, stop. Focus on things that there's so many reasons that you're going to be successful at this, and you just got to remember that. Like, I'm gonna tell you sincerely now, all our jokey stuff behind. I'm so glad that you and I connected.
Me too.
Because here's the difference between you and I, is we not only want to do it, but we're putting things into action. Now, some of the things aren't going to, necessarily drop $1 million in our pocket, but we're moving forward. What I found with a lot of the coaches, and this is one of the reasons why I'm excited to work with our friend Joyce, is they have no structure. They're like, oh yeah, I want to be a coach, but they're much more creative. A lot of them are touchy-feely, but as far as putting into action, they're like, you do it. It's not, and it's like, you do it, and then I'll get involved and I'll get something for that, right? It's like, so what I want to do is, one of the things that I'm going to talk with my friend today is compensating people appropriately for the level of involvement, for the right behavior. So if you want to just come and talk at one of our events, that's not going to work for me. Right? I'm going to grace you with my speech. No, our thing is that, we want people to market them. Now, if we have to pay an outside marketer, I think we can find people. So this is one of the things I was thinking about, and I'm going to get very kind of technical on it. But before I finish that, but you and I are putting into action. We're taking action every day, every week, every piece of this, which is different from a lot of the other people. They're either busy with other things, or it's easy. It's the first thing that slips off their plate. Like I think we should become accountability partners. So we should be talking every day, because we've been kind of doing it anyway. Brian was an accountability partner, and he fired himself. And I'm like, we can make it short, Brian.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm like, the other one is I had another accountability partner, and I'm always calling her. Like I don't believe in the entire since Jack Canfield that she's called me once.
Oh, interesting.
Right? I
Was
call
it Kathleen Putnam?
and then when I call her and then she doesn't return, like sometimes, it's like if I don't call her, she's never going to call me. Right? And I enjoy talking with her, but it's not a good accountability partner.
Yeah. Yep.
So for you and I, look, what I appreciate about you is this high long-term vision, keeping us focused, like who are we going to help, those kind of things. I think that's really important. What I think I bring to the table is, look, I have done a lot of trainings.
Yes.
I know how to do this.
Yeah.
This is not something that's a stretch activity for me. The marketing piece, I have no freaking clue, but I'll learn it. Or I will find somebody who wants to work with us. That's the way I look at it. We will either learn it or we'll find somebody who's going to do it. So it's finding people who want to play this level. That's the challenge I have with my friend Glenn is, what's his level of involvement and what can I get? Can I get a regular commitment from him? I'm not sure. Now, he might be a great person to have on stage, but is he willing to do this kind of work?
Right.
I don't know at this point. So I want to figure out where he's at, and I want us to get a list of people who are serious and who are serious about working with us. That's what I want. That's why I think the keynote piece is like, look, you want to be considered for our speech, you go through the keynote. You do a great job. You give us your audition tape can be just one of the recorded meetings. This is the one that I would like to do for this one, or you do a webinar and you do that, and you do an audition for us and you send us that. And we go, look, we have 3 slots available, or we have 3 slots available. We're taking applications. Understand, part of this is it's going to be regional because we expect you to bring your circle of influence to it. This is our expectations. Like, these are the things that we expect to put you in place. And then we're going to, like, our intention is to monetize this. First, we want to cover expenses. We want the event, a lot of chance to videotape and these kind of things. So do you agree that these are the expenses that first we're going to pay before anybody gets money for doing this? Right. Yeah. And I mean, being very candid with people and saying, look, we set it up, we get 10% off the top. Right?
Yeah.
Whatever that is our thing for doing all the work. After these expenses are paid, we get, 10% off the top. The speaker that brought in the most people gets 10%, or whatever that is. I want to set up one of the critical pieces, in my opinion, of how to make this successful is monetizing the right behavior. So I see it in my head is we have an event and everybody has their own link, and Chris brings 50 people, Matt brings 500 people, Sally brings 5 people. The pay should be commensurate with that effort. Marketing group brings in 500 people, right? That's what you get paid for. If you're getting paid and you just want an opportunity to speak, say, oh yeah, I love it, I agree with that, and you bring, and 5 people sign up because of you, that's what you're going to get compensated for. And I want to make sure, because I want to reward the right behavior. If you bring 500 people to an event and I only bring 50, you should get paid 10 times more than what I'm getting paid. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I agree with that, especially with other people. I think with me and you, I wouldn't care how that goes, because I see us more as a...
We're getting 10% off the top.
Yeah. We're more the core group. But I think that's great.
I want to break that. Those are the kind of logistical things I want to break down for people. I'm like, look, our expectation is we're putting on an event. You are going to promote it. However that sees fit. We're also going to hire a marketing firm to do this, but they're getting paid out. It's like, look, you say you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not cutting you a check until we have people in the event.
Yeah.
Right? You can tell me it's all well and good, but I'm looking for the hungry young marketing people who want to say, look, I put on an event that had 5,000 people in it. And we brought to that event, that event personally, we brought 2,500 people. They should get paid for that versus the speaker who brings five people.
Right. I agree.
So,
I agree.
So these are the kind of things that I'm thinking about, the logistical pieces of it. The content is why the book and us doing the writing is so important.
Yes. Yeah.
So look, we both have strengths in this area. The marketing piece. Look, if you're going to go into that marketing piece, it'd be kind of interesting to be able to talk to you about what is being successful for you. I'm more a content network guy. I think where this is going to grow for us is exactly what you did. Your sister's brother's uncle's cousin is a principal in school.
Right.
Saw one of your videos and went, hey, like you've reached out to those people and they go, look, I want you to, and then there's going to be 5 people in there. Somebody was telling me a story. Oh, her name's Joyce, by the way. She was telling me that she did a thing for Verizon about women in leadership, and the people loved it, and she got to do it for the rest of the Verizon, areas. They're different districts and stuff. That's how it's going to work. People
Right.
see it, they love it. They're going to go, oh my God, you have to come see this guy when he speaks, or these guys, or this group when they come and speak. They put on a great event. So so looking for those opportunities where people can see us, know us, love us, and then move on. That's why for me, my marketing is going to be, I'm going to figure out how to speak at medical device conferences. I'm going to position myself as an expert in Kappa in this one, because that's my wheelhouse. I can do that in my sleep. You can ask me right now, and I could get up there and do a great Kappa without a single slide. I could do an hour-long keynote on creating a great Kappa culture.
Great.
Tomorrow. So that's what I want to work on. I want to get that together and say, I'm going to market this. And
What are you going to start? What are you going to start to do that? Like, what do you mean you're going to work on it? What do you need? If you don't need to do anything, why don't you just?
No, I mean to work on a slide deck. Slide deck in the marketing. Well, right now I'm focused on, this is the other part that I have to do. It's like, what are my goals and what are the timing on these things?
Yeah.
If I'm going to do it, I'm going to put together a slide deck, right? I want to put something together that's a killer slide deck.
I'm like, maybe you need a yes and a commitment from someone, and then all of a sudden the slide deck will just come together and you'll be ready to go.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yep.
And so see, that's my thing too with these blocks. It's not like I'm focusing on weaknesses or things like that. I'm at the point that I'm wanting to turbocharge this, and I truly believe, like everything that everyone says, that like success, money, all this doesn't have to take a long time.
No.
You know what I mean? I mean, by a work of fate, I could buy a lottery ticket tonight, win the Powerball, win $400 million, and then look at the power position we're in then, right?
Yep.
Not that that's everyone's answer, but it can happen that quick. And what I'm at the point where I think, just mentally, I've been grinding on this for like 8 years, being sick of sales and just going through this process. And now I'm finally on just this high of like, okay, I am on the right path now. The blocks is just like, maybe this will turbocharge it. What if I just have some, you know what I mean? It's like, this isn't something I got into, but I'm believing law of attraction. I believe everything Jack says. I don't care. I'm all in, man. And so all these people that I'm all in with are like, you got to get rid of these blocks. You got to get rid of these mental, they're subconscious. They're just things you pick up as you grow up. Your parents, your religions, your whatever can do this stuff to you. And I've always had an issue with, growing up Catholic and the authority and, and I think that's why when I say unworthy, it's more of just kind of like, I always had like the authority figures in my life on this pedestal, the priests, my teachers, parents. And it's like, I always felt like I was lower than everybody, just subconsciously. And it's not like I dwell on it or I think, but it's like, what if I have just something that somebody can help me just go, right?
Maybe you should talk to Dr. Deb and do a webinar gym session.
I thought of that. I thought, or Michael Klein, because he does the same thing, doesn't he?
Yep. I mean, I'm serious. I think, you might want to consider doing that. But if you can, go directly to Dr. Deb. Not that I'm saying anything's wrong with Michael, because I was in a session with Michael. But
Sure.
go directly to Dr. Deb, because who knows, that might be something that you want to do as part of your coaching. That's all Michael does, I think.
Yeah, well, this is another thing I thought. So, because my wife, like I said, I'm fortunate she's really into this shit too. So I can talk to her about it.
Mhm.
I think a lot of Jack's stuff is awesome, but there's certain areas I would like to get deeper and learn to a higher level than just what his book provides. Like, for example, releasing the brakes. You did that great talk on it, off a whim that one day with just Brian and Joanna. But that's what this is. Releasing the brakes is releasing the blocks. I think sometimes it's more than just negative talk. You know what I mean? Or I think, he has different ideas, but we could get deeper and I really think I'm grasping this stuff on a new level. Like the first time I went through it all, probably last year when I'm reading this stuff, I got it. I get it. But now it's like I'm into it. I'm learning it. I'm teaching it. It's like it's deeper. And I'm like, I think we can go deeper on some things. The responsibility, the action, and the clarity.
Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely. Look, so this is the challenge, and this is something that I think about also. Is like, oh, I want to learn more, and I think that's good, but you have everything right now you need. I'll be honest, you have everything you need right now to be successful. It's just doing those pieces. Getting more information is never going to hurt.
Sure.
But going on and getting for me, I was like, well, do I want to get a master's degree in leadership? Because Kathleen has I have a master's in leadership, blah, blah, blah. I'd like the information, and I'm seriously thinking about getting like some degree in that space.
Uh-huh. Sorry. Yes. Hi, sweetie. Oh, that's okay. You can come in. Sorry, it's my daughter.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, you were saying?
But you look at when I was teaching, I didn't.
You say hi to Chris?
Hello.
You doing okay? Still got some allergies? I don't think you should. You'll be okay. Well, I tell you what, I'll be done in a few minutes and we'll see, okay? We'll have a few minutes before I gotta take you to school. Okay? You should go eat some food, that'll help.
Oh, you're in so much trouble.
I know. She doesn't think she should go to school because she's got a sniffly nose.
Yes. So what I would say is getting more knowledge is always good, but I would just focus on what's your message and look for those ones that what's easy ways for you to get that information that you want. For me, being such a technical kind of person, I like science. I like the science behind it. That fascinates me. And that is an area of interest for me. So if you have an area of interest, absolutely, you should pursue it. So if the blocks are coming up for you, go to Dr. Dib. She's got a week-long training. She's got a training for and I've thought seriously about including it in what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the RIM training from stage are not necessarily in alignment.
Sure.
What Michael's doing is more of, he's looking to, to work with people. He works with, I think his coaching business is, he does these sessions, and that's the majority of where his income comes from. And I don't have anything against that, but for me to put on an event the RIM sessions. I mean, and maybe they're just a great thing to monetize. You know, $300 a session. That's not bad. That's $600,000 a year if you're working a full time, working full time. But again,
Right.
that's not what my goal is. My goal is not to be me on task doing that.
Sure.
I'd rather have, you know, I'd like to know it, but I'd rather be like, look, Michael is a RIM expert. Dr. Deb is a RIM expert. You have some stuff going on, and refer them to them.
Yeah.
I think that's more of where I'd like to go. I'm fascinated with the neuropsychology and physiology of what she knows, and the brain plasticity stuff. I mean, that is really interesting, and it also positions you more as an authority. So I would say is, I'm not discouraging in any way, shape, or form that you pursue things that you're passionate and interested in, but be careful on it, because you can just, if I just know this one more thing, I'll be ready. Like that, you have everything
Sure.
you need right now.
Sure.
That's it. You have everything you need. Now, if you have interest in something and you say, you know, my spare time, I'd really like to, I've heard about this great book, you know, like Dr. Deb's book. I'd like to learn more about it. I may not do it personally as a coach, but I want to learn more about it so I can effectively talk about it and refer people to Dr. Deb.
Yeah.
Here's the piece that I'd like to do, and I'm going to loop back on it. What I'd like to develop is a network of people that we're referring to. So, for example, let's say I get a gig at Edwards, and I said, I'd like you to come out. You know, we're going to be talking to the sales group, right? So we're going to be talking about safety because you know, I don't have background in sales, but you do. So now you can talk about, look, this is how it works, sales guys, right? This is how it works in general. This is how it works specifically in sales. They can probably go, man, Chris, you know, we love what you did, but man, we just really resonated with him. So, and they come over and they say, what else do you do? I say, well, you know, I've got a consulting business and I do this in sales, right? And you get a 6-month contract. I would like that to get a referral fee.
Yeah.
For Edwards, now that you're doing that, you have a consistent thing. And now a lot of this I think we're going to do together, but also might be individually. We have our own packages. I'd like to get people who buy into that concept. So now I have a RIM expert, Michael, Dr. Deb, and I say, Dr. Deb, I'd like to start referring people to you, but what I'd like to do is to have it as a, you know, and get a referral fee for if they continue to do work with you. And
good idea.
This is what I do. This is my area of expertise. If you refer someone to me, I will also give you a referral fee. So the idea here is to create a network of people. So now, because let's bring in Romeo.
Sheila, please get out of here. Thank you. I just need a few more minutes, girls. Okay, I'll be right out. Thank you. Sorry, man.
So for example, let's say we get Romeo to speak with us. Well, Romeo's already got his packages prepared. And they go, man, guys, we really loved you, but we really resonate with Romeo. You know, they hire him, and it becomes a 5-year contract for him. Like, you know, he keeps getting contract after contract. Well, we're the one who brought him in. So then it's about working together as opposed to a competition. Like, well, I don't want to bring in Romeo again because he got the gig and I got nothing for him.
Right.
That was the gig I wanted. Because I'd rather have 10% of Romeo out there working at Edwards than truly me working at Edwards. I'd rather have 10 Romeos out there working, because then, guess what? I'm getting paid the exact same amount, but they're doing all the work, and I make the intro. And vice versa. Right? So Romeo comes in and goes, look, you're an expert in med device. I come in there. I start speaking there like, wow, we love him. Romeo had an initial gig with them. I end up with a long-term gig. He's going to get paid for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this is a way for us not always to be in hunt and kill mode. Right.
I think that's good. I think that's really good. I like that. I like that idea. I do. And no, for me on the blocks and Dr. Deb, that's I just want to do it personally. It's not like I want to learn it. I don't want to teach it, at least not now. It's not coming up. But I think stuff like this, going to Dr. Deb or Michael or whoever I choose, it's going to be part of the journey. It's going to be another story. It's going to be another chapter of the book type of thing. You know what I mean?
All right. So I'm going to encourage you, if you want to do this, go and talk to Dr. Deb first. And I'm not going to get Michael, right? But he's in Florida. And I don't know the level of interest. He's doing one thing. Dr. Deb's a best-selling author. And if you said, hey, I worked with this person, and then we sell her book in the back of the room,
right,
10% commission on it. I mean, it's not going to move the needle significantly. But if 50 people are buying a book and we're making $1.50 on it, it's still $75 in our pocket.
That's right. That's right.
So it's those kind of pieces that I would do. I mean, Michael, he's got his own thing, and nothing against him if she's not available, but I would go there first because that's the relationships we want to start building.
Okay.
Have Dr. Deb say, hey, look, we're putting on an event, 3-day event. Dr. Deb would like to come down and do these sessions. We're going to promote you for it.
Okay. Sold. You got me. I'm sold. I'm sold. I like it. Yeah, and Chris, like I said, the only reason I bring this up is like I am ready for us to go, right? I'm ready. So what else can we do? I like that you kind of brought that up too about strengths and weaknesses of the both of us. Like what are you comfortable with doing like right now to get something going, or to like I said, if you could go do that to a med device company, what do we need to do to prepare you just to go talk to somebody and say, hey, I made a goal. I need to get paid to speak professionally on this subject. What can we put together? You know what I mean? What can we do to get you out there and get you at least a one gig?
Well, I think what I'm going to do is, and this is good. I think this is good. I want to, that's the thing is I don't have a goal for that just yet. And that's one of the things that is probably an improvement opportunity for me, is to really set that goal, is to have, I've got a lot hitting on my birthday, so I'm a little challenged with of adding something else to the plate, because I just want to remind us, chapter 1's is supposed to be completed by May 20th. So that's one of our goals. So I want to. So look, we've been doing a lot of writing on the stories. I think we should continue to do that. I think we should set up another meeting though to focus on writing chapter 1.
Okay.
Putting the piece together for chapter 1. I have it pretty well framed out in my head. So again, the writing piece, and I have 2 shows. So one on my birthday and one on there. So I'm a little challenged to do anything before then.
Okay.
But maybe I should get.
Could you at least make a few contacts? Could you at least just make a few phone calls to set up maybe a quick half-hour meeting?
How about if I put this? I will make calls to get a gig in June.
Yeah, that's fine.
And by, I'll say June 20th or before.
Awesome.
Here we go. Look, we got a conference next weekend. Like, guess what? We'd love to have you come and speak, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's got to be on June 20th.
That's right. You got to get it out there so you know when you got to do this. So that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, go make some money on it, right?
Yeah. Well,
I got something else you should do too.
Okay.
You should totally get on. You could totally get on Facebook on the Train the Trainer community and all that stuff, and just ask people who want to come to the group to pay to develop their coaching thing. I will be a part of it. I want you to you monetize it. You do whatever you think you need to do, because this was your idea to bring people together and at least just
the keynote.
And like I said, I can just be a part of it, just so that if you have a full room, or if you need it, or if you don't need me, that's fine too. But just do it, man. Let's just start. Get the first one out of the way. Who needs help developing their speech? I have created an online platform to help you develop an hour speech, a 30-minute speech, whatever you're looking for. I can help you. Yep. Give me a call. We can discuss details.
Yep. I think that's a good point. I will. Thank you.
Do that today. Just write it out there. I can help you develop a speech, a talk, whatever you're working on.
Yep.
It's affordable, it's free, but the value is unbelievable.
All right, coaching.
And that too could start June 1st. Just get people on the hook.
On or before?
Or shit, maybe you get a couple and just say, hey, just pay me $500. We'll just work one-on-one. We'll knock it out. And how fast do you need to do it?
Well, the other one I was going to say is like we can set it up as a. Well, I think it would if it was going to go that way. I'd want at least. I'd probably want you, me, and Joyce on. So I'll introduce you to Joyce this weekend.
Okay.
Well, I should confirm. Like, look, we had a really great conversation Saturday morning. I got to let her know that this is when our call time is right now. Yeah. Oh, so there's some other business I want to take care of. Like,
okay.
Do you want to join Brian's mastermind group at this time and reschedule this for another day? But I'm thinking we should have another hour session. I would like to move faster on the book. So what we should be doing is continue with our story writing, but then structuring the chapters.
Yeah.
What you could say.
What's my gut says no.
That's what mine says. So good.
My head says yes, but my gut says no.
My gut says no. Look, I as much as I like being with Brian, right? He's so focused on the other stuff. I'm thinking we should form our own mastermind group, and really, like, the people are taking this seriously. That's all. I mean, I don't mind if you haven't done trainings before. I want the people who are serious about it. So I think let's figure that out. So there's a couple people who really want to work with me when I was in VTS and train the trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start reaching out to them and say, look, we want to put together a mastermind group. Are you interested? So we've got serious people who want to put this together, and let's start putting that list together, and let's figure out our time.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk tomorrow. Like I've got some flexibility in my schedule tomorrow. Oh no,
yeah, I do too.
I'm picking up my friend at the airport. So how about if I call you from the airport? We start putting the names down on the list and just start making the calls to see who's.
What time is that?
Hang on. Let me check my schedule. I am leaving around 9:30.
Okay, that should be perfect. That'll be perfect. Because I have a physical therapy appointment sometime in the morning, but I should be done by then.
What's going on with you, Mr. Man?
I'm just gonna have someone help me with my knee.
Okay.
It's still stiff, so okay, that's good. Let's talk tomorrow. Do you need help putting that thing on Facebook today? Will you give me your login credentials and I'll just do it for you?
Okay, man, putting me to the task. All right, give me a job for jail. Put it on my file. So.
And another thing too, I thought is like, maybe I could start writing just chapter 1, 2 on my own. You could kind of write maybe chapter 1 a little on your own, or you said you have a good structure for it. Maybe you write down an outline or how you kind of see it. Like, I think that's the best way just to kind of get it rolling.
Yep.
Because yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, we can, and I think what we should do is we should start outlining the rest of the book.
Okay.
And figuring out what the key points are. I'm approaching this like what I've done with training is these are the key points that I want to get in. This is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. These are the subtopics. It's all just kind of lined out.
Uh-huh.
and then it's about filling in the details. And so for me, it's usually the explanation and the story now adding the story that revolves around it. So oh, by the way, Dragon Speaking, the professional version is $300.
Oh, is it? Okay. Wow.
I'm gonna buy it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna buy
Hey,
it.
if it helps you.
Well, I'm oral. I mean, I'm verbal.
I'm blushing.
I was verbal.
Yeah, right.
I could have had a V8.
Yeah, right. All right, homie. Listen, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of extra time this morning. It's a crazy day.
Kids.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
All right, man. You have a good day, sir.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, later, buddy.